going on, guys? How are you?
Fine, and how are you?
Very, very good. Where are you guys
just
at?
having a cup of coffee and chilling.
Right on. What part of the world are you in?
We're in Germany right now.
Ah, what time is it there? Is it early?
It's 6:30 p.m.
PM. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're having coffee. I wasn't sure. It's in the morning here. We're in San Diego, California, just south of LA.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's morning here. It's interesting that night.
So
there.
Good morning.
Yeah. You said you're drinking coffee, so I figured, maybe it's morning wherever they are. Well, thank you guys so much for doing this. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, so our podcast is about your journey in the music industry, how you guys started Kid Dad, and how you guys got to where you are today.
Yeah, cool.
So are you both from Germany originally?
Yeah, we're both from Germany. He's from South Germany, and I'm from where we live right now, from Western Germany.
Okay.
And yeah, we met while studying popular music and media here in Paderborn. It's this little city called. It's in nearby Cologne. I don't know if you heard of Cologne.
I'm terrible when it comes to geography.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I haven't been out of the United States other than going to Mexico, because it's like I could throw a rock and it'll land in Mexico from where we live. So
okay, so he's from the south, kind of more the Texas guy, and I'm like more from the north. And yeah, and
I like
we
that
somehow
you can reference the United States in order for me to figure it out.
Yeah. And we somehow met, and I had a band there back in 2015, and he somehow joined our band.
Oh,
well, it was more like a patchwork band. It was renewing over time, and more members left the band, and then more members rejoined the band, and he was one of the lucky ones who were joining us. And we had a crazy time since then.
That's awesome.
Funny story, because I joined before we even played together, or we had a band practice together. We as you said, we met in university, and we were kind of close and friends. And he told me, I have a band here, and we're searching for a drummer. Don't you want to join? And I was like, heck yeah, that's why I'm here. And without being in the practice room, we said, let's do it. And it works.
That's awesome. Very cool. How did you get into music originally?
For me, it's kind of a funny or interesting story. Both of my parents are non-musicians. My dad loves.
I'm sorry.
Non-musicians, so they don't play instruments or.
Non-musicians.
Whatever.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And but my dad loves to listen to music, and so I grew up with music all around the house. And I started playing with kitchen equipment in my mom's kitchen. And no one knows why. I just had an idea of drumming on all those kitchen gadgets. And then I said to my parents, I just want to be a drummer. That's it. So they had no choice. And so I started taking drum classes when I was 7 or 8 years old.
Okay.
And had my first band in elementary school, and from then on it just developed. I love to play and write with other guys and people in bands, and that's why I decided to study something in with music. And here in Germany, it's quite difficult to find a university that has music.
Oh.
even popular music. Most of the universities, they have jazz music or classic music, and I was like, I wanted to do something with pop music, and that's why I came here and started to study. And then we met, and we formed Kid Dad.
Wow. So did you play in bands before going to school or university?
Couple of bands, like the classic school bands. I played in a jazz band in my in one school, and just had 3, 4, 5 bands with friends I had back then.
Oh, okay. Any just kind of like having fun on the weekends type thing? Nothing
exactly,
too serious.
Exactly. Having fun, like not that serious, but I was that guy that said, why don't we just like record something and put it out, or play more gigs and more shows, and that's it made me happy when I joined Marius, that we all were on the same boat, and we all had this vision of a band that tours, that records, and that just tries to live from that. And that's great.
Yeah. Marius, how did you like
Hey.
hey, was the band that you started prior to Kid Dad, was that like a band you guys took very seriously, or were you just kind of playing again on the weekends having fun?
I guess it all started with all of us just being in a band and just playing instruments, learning by doing. And none of us was like, we have to play Reading and Leeds next month. So we were like, let's cover Nickelback, let's cover Green Day, and let's look how what kind of genre we grow into. But it was like the most members like quit after a few years if they noticed that it's too that it's not what they wanted to do. And so we became like a band that keeps the members, or the members who want to make it the farthest, the
the furthest.
make it make it professional. And then we were like, in the end we are 4 people who started making music, real rock and roll music, or real punk music in their like school, like the emo phase, or
Oh,
more
right,
of the we I
those are
think
my
most of
favorite
us
bands.
like I think most of us didn't have real big groups of friends in school, so we just were the sad kids, or the losers. And so we became a band to write songs about that. And no, here we are writing sad songs. I
Yeah.
guess.
So when you guys started Kid Dad, you're in university. What was after you guys kind of started getting your bearings, playing with each other? What was the first thing? Did you guys start playing shows around the campus? Like, were there a lot of places for you guys to play when you were going to college?
There were places, but there were like not we didn't know where rock clubs, or venues you can play rock music here in our area. So we joined like a band contests and band festivals, and learned how to play in front of people, and became or we gained the
Like popularity?
Yeah, we gained popularity, and people started talking about us, and then we came across people who liked what we do, and helped us getting shows together.
Mm-hmm. And you start playing shows. What was the first song that you guys recorded and released?
The first song was called Rehab. It
Okay.
was I guess in December 2016, on 25th December, and we put that out right before we released our first EP, and that was also the first song we ever wrote in the kind of
New genre.
more
Okay.
like more heavier, more dark, more emotional genre. Right before that, we just made more like happy songs, kind of happy songs that are more like Blink 182,
Okay.
like a happy vibe, and more like lyrics you could easily overhear.
Sure.
And that are not like that punchy, that heavy, and that staying in your brain for so long, because they're maybe kind of depressive.
Sure.
And then we started to just put away the paper from our mouth and just say what we think, what we feel, and scream that out, kind of.
What was the first song that you did that on? Like, really, just put the barriers aside and just said, "Hey, I'm gonna remove," like you said, remove the thing from your mouth. When did you decide to do that?
That was Rehab. We at that time worked together with a producer we've known from a band contest here in Germany, and we had this vision in mind of how we want to sound and what songs we want to play and sing. Then we all get together and we said, okay, we want to do an EP and record songs, and that's it, how it should sound. And we played all the songs we had back then. And then Frida is his name. He said, like, guys, what do you have in mind, or what is your vision that doesn't connect and compare, that doesn't connect with the songs you have? If you want to do that, just write new songs. And then he, together with us, worked on Rehab, because we said that's a song that could fit in that kind of music we want to do. And he helped us to develop the ideas that we had, and to write the songs we want to write. And we did that, and after that, like 3 or 4 weeks after that, we went into the studio and recorded our first EP, our first 4 songs, and that's it.
And that would be Disorder. That was the first EP.
Yeah, there was Disorder, right?
And then you guys released that, and did you start playing around Germany? Like, did you tour Germany? Like, tell me about the shows and how that started going for you guys.
We were so lucky that it turned out like that. We put out Rehab right before Christmas. No, right after Christmas. And there's a band here in Germany called Blackout Problems, and they saw that online, that we put out a song, and they saw it because their singer was bored after Christmas. And he was just browsing around, and then he saw our song, and a friend of us that wanted to do our booking back then, he sent the singer the song too, and he said, oh, well, I know that song, I know that band, and why don't we just take them on tour with us? And
wow.
First of all, it was like, do 1 or 2 shows with us, and then another support act they canceled. So we had then like half of their tour around Germany, and we were like, we haven't played that much or that big of shows with Kid Dad before.
Mhm.
And then we played for 100 people, and we were like, well, this is crazy. And that's how our touring for us started. And because of that, we met a lot of people that liked what we did or like what we do, and they helped us to do more of that, helped us to play more shows around here in Germany, and helped us to develop as a band and as musicians. And that's something we are really, really thankful for, because I think that we're, as a band, are pretty young. We met like 4 or 5 years ago, and we played shows around Europe. We played in the UK, we played in Sweden, in Denmark, in Germany, and together with really big artists like Taking Back Sunday or The Main. That's awesome. That was what we dreamed of, and it happened so fast. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. So you got to play with Taking Back Sunday. Some of those bands, like, when they were coming through close to where you guys lived or whatever, and then you jumped on the show.
I guess they played Rock am Ring. I don't know if you know that festival. It's like one of the biggest festivals here in Germany. And, they played that festival and like 4 or 5 shows around here before they left back to America. And then we were able to hop on and play these shows together with them, which was awesome.
That's crazy. They're one of my favorite bands. I noticed that you list them as an influence. That's rad. How did you guys get linked up with Long Branch Records?
On our very first tour, as Michael mentioned, when we toured with the Blackout Problems, we met our management, or our manager, Daniel, and he kind of connected us with the head of the label. And he liked our songs, he liked our demos for the new album, and we kind of fell in love with each other.
Very cool. And have you just signed on with them pretty recently, or no, you've been with them a while?
No, it's for the upcoming album, for our first album. We just signed with them.
Okay.
And but we released the last singles with them, but they're featured on the album.
Okay. Which one? Like Limbo and A Prison Unseen?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Rad. What about Minor Baby and Happy and A Wish of Being Alone? Were those just singles that you guys put out between what you're going to do now with this record and the first EP?
These singles, except for My Inner Baby, they are also on the album, album dropping in August, but they were released pretty early because we didn't have a label, we didn't have much much money to put on the big album right in 2018 and 2019, right after the EP. But we had also to work on our sound, to figure out what we want to do, how we want to sound, and where our hearts want to go kind of musically. So we dropped Happy, which is very Nirvana sounding like. Then we dropped The Wish of Being Alone, which is more Radiohead and more calm, and which is the first song we ever wrote which has a guitar solo. So we tried out new things, new things that aren't so new. but right before these two singles, we had a kind of in between single, which was called "My Inner Baby," and this track is not on the album because we like to have one song who makes the connection between Disorder and In a Box to remind us that we had a time that wasn't kind of focused, and that is kind of both, that is rough and garagey sounding like Disorder, and has the kind of emotional and bigger wall of guitar sounding like outro and bridge parts, and that was kind of the bridge to or the door or the window to a new level and a new songwriting. So we decided to not put it on the album because it reminds us that we had a time that wasn't focused. Yeah.
Sure, it's like kind of bridging the gap between the first EP and then the record coming out.
Yeah.
In August. Wow. And this with this new album, you have a pretty impactful song, a very big song actually, with Limbo, the most recent one.
Yeah.
And you want to tell us the message behind the song and why you chose to write it about the tell us a little bit about the song and where it's going.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like an in-between. It describes an in-between feeling, feeling unsafe, feeling unsure about who other people are, who oneself is, who I am, and it is called Limbo because the title is kind of religious. So you are not in heaven, you're not in hell. You're kind of in between something in a waiting room.
Mm-hmm.
And we chose the topic with a campaign we started, Safe in a Box,
mm-hmm.
Make noise so that people think about what not only the coronavirus has an impact on domestic violence,
mm-hmm.
but the topic itself, it's like exactly what we think it feels like being caged, being imprisoned in something that should feel like hell, but is like you can't realize if it's hell or if it's heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Something that should be heaven, that should be safe, that should be beautiful, that should be holding your back, and you start asking if it really is that, or if it hurts you. And if you a really young person, and if you're a child and you get abused, I think, or we think, that this feeling, this situation is very similar to the feeling we want to express with In a Box, being in a dark room and not knowing if this is a safe place or if this is a horrible place that imprisons. And we decided to go to start a campaign to collect money to raise awareness for the topic. And it's like the most uncommon thing we ever did, because it kind of transfers all these feelings playing in our heads to a real topic, and makes it's very thin ice, if you meet someone who actually lived this, or who knows someone who went through this. You can say very many things who are wrong, or who are not very on point, and that was our biggest fear on this. So we wanted to make the music video as open as possible, and not pointing with our fingers at anyone and saying you just have to run away and you're safe. So it's not that easy. It's way more complicated, and we think we did that in a kind of in a good way, that all persons have access to this song and the video, even childs, because they don't have to understand the video. the song lyrics. If they see the video and see the hotline on the in the end, and all that we wrote in the beginning, they kind of feel like that there are people out there caring, and because of the world is burning right now, we think we want to do something in any way. If it's Black Lives Matter, if it's something for nature, or is it caring for kids, we feel like our generation has to stand up, and we want to do that.
What how'd you guys decide on the organization that you're giving the money to?
We looked up which organizations help kids who experience domestic violence, and we looked them up. We contacted them, and they were the two organizations that we felt do the best job at helping those kids and helping prevent all this. And for Germany, it's SOS-Kinderdorf. And for the UK, we chose NSPCC. And we just think that they do a really, really good job, and that they can help. And we want to help people help, because sure, this is not a huge campaign, and we won't collect millions of euros. But as Marius said, we want to help, and that's what we thought is the best way to give something back, and to help people that need help.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, go ahead.
Sorry, it was actually the first time we ever made the campaign around the song, or the message, more important as the song itself. That was a really new feeling, because if it's release day, you're happy, and what they or what do they think about the song and the songwriting and the lyrics. But most people were like, yeah, this is a strong message, this is a huge campaign, we want to support that. And that felt exactly this beautiful in the same way, in a different way, but the feeling was exactly as big as getting props for your songwriting or your guitar sound, but in a very different way. And this experience was kind of new and huge. Yeah.
What was first? Did you have the song written and then decided, like, you know, you were seeing stuff that was happening in the world, and you wrote the song, and then decided, you know what, I think it would be great to, because of the song's message, to raise money? Or was it the other way around? Like, did you want to donate and then you wrote a song to it? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, the songs were recorded last year, summer last year, all songs. And so it wasn't that we thought of like writing a song for a certain case. We had all the songs ready, and we had the album done and recorded. And then, yeah, the world started burning. Coronavirus happened, and all these bad and terrible things started. And then we thought, yeah, let's do something. Let's pick a song, and let's do something good. And we thought that Limbo was the best song for that, and that it matches the campaign, that it matches everything we wanted to express and do. And that's how we did that.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's a great cause to get behind. Obviously, domestic violence and violence against children is awful, and it's been going on for far too long. Did you start seeing, like, what was I mean, obviously with everybody staying home for, you know, stuck at their house for quarantine and stuff, I understand the concept of video, like everyone's around each other for so long. And then it's like, if you're in that situation, you have really nowhere to go because no one could be outside. Is that where you guys are kind of going with it?
Yeah, exactly. And here you heard a lot of it or not a lot, but sometimes you heard here in media about that cause, and but we thought that this wasn't enough. It wasn't like that. It was all over the place. It was like mentioned somewhere, and then we thought, yeah, this more people need to know this, and more people need to think about it and know how bad and how horrific this is.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's.
So you heard like a story on the news or whatever that kind of sparked the idea. Got it. Wow.
But in addition to that, if you sit in your living room during lockdown, you may notice that you live in a place that's kind of peaceful for most people, and then you sit there like, what if? And there are people and families who are not that peaceful, like my family is. Then you start thinking like, who are the losers of the real losers? Not getting the ones getting sick, but who are the social losers of coronavirus? And then you have the homeless, and you have the kind of maybe people working in hospitals, and you have obviously the kids. Like, you can't go to kindergarten, you can't go parents can't go to work, school is closed, so you are in this melting pot, in this oven with maybe with people who hate you. You love them, but they hate you, like in a terrible way. And then you are locked in there for hours, for days, for weeks, and for months. And then you start thinking, how do they do that? Do they survive that? And then you hear on the news, okay, there's a rising in this problem. And then you have a release upcoming, and then one led to the other, and we talked with each other like more than before coronavirus, because we couldn't meet, and we talked on Skype a lot and on the phone. And then we talked about topics like that, and less about musical stuff. And we came to this decision together.
Very cool. I love it. I love the cause, what you guys are doing, at least for the cause. It's very, very great. Very, yeah. And the new record coming out in August.
Exactly.
That's pretty exciting. Is that going to be? I mean, I guess in August I'm just going to guess. In August, we'll probably still be locked down.
Yeah.
Is that weird that you're going to be releasing the record in quarantine?
Yeah, it's like the record was postponed like a million times. It feels like a million times.
Oh, okay.
We started like releasing singles in 2018, and we had our like plans and problems, but we were like February 2020 we want to release it, and then like, okay, let's do April, that's more perfect because of this and that, and then let's do it in April, and then coronavirus, and then you know what, we just want to release it. We don't want to get stuck with one record, like focusing on one record when we could write the second and the third in that time. But we don't want to record album number 2 or number 3 when number 1 isn't released. That's not how we work, and we are very sentimental about releasing music, and very, very strange. So we were like, let's do it. Let's tour if we can tour, even if it's 99 people in one room, even if they wear masks. We want to spread our music. We want to tour. We don't want to stop. We want to keep music and keep culture living. And maybe it's like January next year when we can start our tour, and that's totally fine for us if we can yeah, if there is a point of yeah, you know,
Mhm.
if it's when it's getting better.
How are you guys like how are you guys getting your message out there with the song and what you guys are doing with the current lockdown? Are you going live on Instagram a lot, or like are you guys doing anything like that?
We're not really going live a lot, but we're as a band in these days, you have to be active on social media. That's clear, and
Mhm.
that's where we put our focus clearly on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and yeah, the YouTube, of course. We do for each single, we will do a music video. That's kind of important to us. We like to do videos. We think you can express the song in a different way and show it in a different way, and that's totally cool. And Max, our bassist, he's doing all these videos. And that's cool that we like can stay together as four and stick our heads together and think about a music video that we want to do, and
Mhm.
Max is doing it, and so we're just like all four of us, and we can do it by ourselves, and that kind of feels pretty cool that we're able to pull that together by ourselves.
Mhm.
And there are a lot of discussions. we love to discuss even like the smallest details and the smallest things, but I think that's how we work, and that's how how we put everything together. So yeah, social media it is for us, and of course there we have people doing promotion and all that kind of stuff for us, which is really, really great. And yeah, it's awesome that we have so much people that help us and support us spreading the album and spreading our music and what we what we are as a band. And yeah.
Amazing. Michael, Marius, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really
Thank you. Yeah.
appreciate it. I have one more question. I want to know if I can get an answer from both of you. If you have any advice for aspiring artists.
First, try to know or find out what you want, who you are, and then play as many gigs as you can. Like Dave Grohl said, if you are good, you will be heard. And I think this is true. I think there will no single musician out there who plays his ass off will be unheard. So find out who you are and play as much as you can.
Yeah, playing as much as you can is, I think, so too, that's the key. We're like that. We want to play every show, even if there are 5 people that doesn't care. It just we want to play, and we want people to see that we're playing shows, and we want to that people can hear our songs. And I think what also is really important is to get into social media, to get to know where to post, what to post, and like the small tricks of social media. And I think that you can get a big audience just by like doing the right stuff on social media.
Bringing it backward.